Welcome to the VMS podcast. It's your host Deasia, and today I have
Forehead Dev, aka
and
Connected Bill.
aka what?
just Devin.
Okay. Okay. So today we're gonna talk to them about their brands. They have a brand called Lightning Gang, and Billy also has your shoe brand.
Yeah, Connected.
Are you a part of that too?
We all connected.
Oh, you're all connected. Okay, so my first question is, why did y'all start this brand? Like, who started it? Who came up with the idea to start it, and like why?
For TLG, it was really just we needed a name for the group, and we all play sports or whatever around Kansas City, so we was just like, we need something to go by, and then I think me and Brandon and Christian, John, everybody from like Lisa North had thrown ideas around, and then I think like the whole theme of lightning, of everybody being like lightning fast, I think lightning just stuck with us, and then we was just like the Lightning Gang.
Okay. How'd you come into Lightning Gang?
This has always been my brother. We grown up together since diapers. So with being an athlete, we all just kind of tied in, connected for like all the different schools. Like we played with each other, around each other, all from being athletes. So we all knew each other, but like we all really came connected at one point in time, and just said we like wanted to be a big family and like really start something bigger than just us and like globally. So we kind of just wanted to take over the world for real, and that's what we planning to do.
So, have you guys like added people to Lightning Gang, or do you plan to add more people, or is it just set like whoever's in it is in it?
I think that's probably one of the biggest things that we ran into earlier, was who all was in the group and who all wanted to be kind of a part of the unit. But I don't think we've added nobody since Dalen. I think Dalen was the last person, Dalen Reginald E. Hoop over there at Wichita State. I think that's the last person that we added. We probably added, I think, it's probably 13 of us, and I think Chris, he ran track over at Mizzou, but no longer there. Chris McKenzie, he added, and then we added Dalen. That was the last two. But I don't think we added nobody else. I think we got a whole, the unit is the unit now. We already got the gang.
We building a foundation.
Yeah, that's the foundation now.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said like y'all all started doing it for sports, and who's like the youngest person? Cause I know everybody like, I know you 22, ain't you?
Yeah.
So we all 22.
Just turned
So
22. Don't let him do that.
Shut up. I turned 22 in May.
I turned 22 in July. So what you trying to say? Dude?
I've been 22. I'm about to be 23
Okay.
in November.
What's your point?
That I'm not the oldest.
You're not even the oldest, so what are you trying to brag for?
So like, with that being said, everybody's getting older. Everybody's about to graduate college. So what do you want this to look like outside of sports?
Outside of sports, the Lightning Gang is still gonna be the brand, gonna be the unit for real. Like we all gonna stay the same and stay to what we know. And we just gonna evolve. I think the Lightning Gang is really just a whole bunch of people a whole bunch of entrepreneurs who got a whole bunch of different ideas that we like to brainstorm together. Like we all talk every day, if not every day, every week, if not every week, once, twice, 3 times a month. So we always in the same space to bounce ideas off of each other and just try to focus on success together. So I think that's always going to be our goal and our number one priority for real. So no longer if we doing sports or if we not doing sports, it's always going to be something.
Yeah. And that's kind of like where I come into play, because I used to be an athlete, but I stopped playing football after my freshman year. And I kind of really more focused on school, but while also building my brand with Connected and selling shoes and stuff. And that's just to go to show like Lightning is not just like athletes, but it's just black men and women trying to like be something greater in like society and today, and just trying to do something bigger.
Facts.
I just say so if y'all didn't know this. I hope y'all can see, but this is their like merch. That's the word. Their merch and things that they have on their website. Where can they find this merch at? I'm gonna link it in the bio, but like,
Yeah, it's
what
a link.
Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.
We finally got the link going up now. It took us a long time, but it really was just trying to build the knowledge for real. But the link will be in the description. We could probably put it down below.
I'll put it on the screen too.
And then, yeah, you could just shop there. I will be updating the link here soon with more stuff coming up. Like we entering the fall season, so we gonna update with all the fall stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But then after that, it'll just be a whole bunch of stuff going on. Like we got athletic gear coming. We got more lifestyle gear coming. We got whatever size you need, from extra small to 4X. You need it, we got it. Just a whole bunch of different events. We'll be throwing like we got pop-up shops with like the shoes and stuff, so we'll be throwing those events in on the website. And just staying connected, staying in tune with the Lightning Gang for real. So like you said, link down below. Go check us out.
Okay, so that's a little bit about their brand. So now I'm just gonna kind of get into like, who are y'all as people? Why should people follow into y'all brand? Like, where you come from? Like Nipsey, where you come from?
I come from Killer City, the inner city. I think it speaks for itself for real. Just having that grind mentality to get out the city, like we was talking about before. Like I'm really just trying to find a way out, and from a young and from knee high, that's really been the goal, just finding my way through life. And I think you think that's a pretty good. I think we all got that same mentality for just finding our way out.
Facts.
What about you?
So for me, like I've always traveled, and so like I've always seen like the world for real. I've been to so many different countries, and like I really want something more than Kansas City, Missouri. Well, I love my city, but it's just more to the world.
Yeah.
And like I just would love to see it and love to take it over and just
not to
expand my roots.
bash the city though, cause we are starting to get to that big city, that big known city that everybody like to tap in and come through. So no disrespect to KC.
Never that. And
But
it's
I
always love.
do think it's more to experience and more to get into outside of just these little
But I think
that we in.
I think expanding also like puts the city on though, because like us like touching roots in other places, it just like connected KC is in the name. Like,
Connected KC.
I can never turn my back on the city, so it's just like the city raised you, but expanding the city is what we all trying to do, right?
Yeah.
So I just feel like the bigger we get, the bigger Kansas City get for real.
Yeah.
We're just trying to do more for our city.
Yeah.
So you guys talked about being in college. So what's y'all major, and what do y'all want to do with y'all major? How do y'all want to apply it to the real world?
You want to go first? My major's boring.
So I'm a health science major, emphasis in health and wellness, and I want to be a physical therapist. Well, I'm going to be a physical therapist. I'm graduating in December, then applying to physical therapy school in the next coming fall. But yeah, so my love is for athletes and rehabilitation. I've had many interviews in my career, as like you're a fellow athlete as well, you know. It's really hard on that grind, getting back to where you used to be, and like helping athletes along that way is just something that I have a passion for and would love to do the rest of my life.
He'll be my rehab guy when I'm in the Olympics.
For sure. So you want to be in the Olympics? Let's talk about that.
Facts.
So,
My major is communications. And I have a minor in graphic design, but my major is just communication, trying to be a better communicator. I wasn't that good going into college. But
But graphic design, like, as far as your brand with graphic design, how do you want to implement that? You just want to pour it all into your brand, or you want to expand to, like, what does that look like for you?
Graphic design, really, that's kind of how I've always had like that creative mindset. So the classes in graphic design weren't as hard for me, but they definitely taught me how to be more tech savvy and using those different apps and stuff on how to just create different looking designs, and where one might not be as appealing to a different crowd as the other. So just learning the kind of like the business side of graphic design. That was, I think, one of the biggest things that helped me with the brand, is learning that it's not just you being creative. It's like who you being creative for and what you being creative for. And then what was the other question? Or you want me to talk about more about communication? You're really a communication major.
Yeah, I'm a communication. Well, I was a communication major. I graduated. I did digital media communication. But I also want to talk about the Olympics and your goals in that. And what does that look like for you in the next couple of years? Like, how do you plan? Not necessarily step by step, because we don't want to give niggas what you like. What's in your brain, your things, because people can prey on your downfall, spiritual warfare. But how does that look like for you a little bit?
It really just looks like the day-to-day now of being a college athlete. I think being a D1 Power 5 college athlete is kind of like the closest to getting that professional experience, just because you probably like, you get the best training rooms, the best trainers, you get good nutrition, stuff like that, like stuff that you don't really think about that you will need on your own as a pro athlete. You get that. So going into post collegiate, I think that's just one of the biggest things that I'll have to focus on, and just training for real, just keeping the workout consistent.
But we didn't even talk about, what are you going to the Olympics for? We just said the Olympics. Like, what do you do? Where you go, Dad? Who are you?
I'm the farthest thrower discus in the world right now.
How far you throw?
I jump.
He has no limitations.
I do high jump and triple jump. I've been triple jumping probably since like junior year of high school. That's when I started taking it like kind of serious, and then I've been high jumping since I think I started track in the 5th grade. And I think being a jumper is kind of like the easiest event, except like trying to not run for real, because running is crazy, especially the running that we have to do. Especially as jumpers, we already got to run a lot. So if I was a runner, I think I'd probably quit.
Funny.
But like, what have you done? If you could give yourself, like, if you wasn't you, what'd you say?
I said, how high you jump?
I jumped 7'2". Yeah, 7'2". I think they do it in meters now. That's it's 217. 2 meters, 17 centimeters.
7'2" is really crazy. Like, that's really.
Yeah, like, do you give yourself, like, Devin's so nonchalant.
Literally,
and he don't be giving
calm.
himself praise. So, like, if you could just talk about yourself, like, act like you not you. What accomplishments have you done that you don't even, like, necessarily not give yourself credit for, but you just kind of be Devin? Like, what have you done?
I think, my bad. I think being that the track athlete and also being the entrepreneur is kind of like the balance that I'm trying to find right now. But the track side of Devin, I don't know. I've been doing sports all my life. Track has always been the third sport, really, because I started doing football, basketball. I did baseball, but baseball and track is the same season, so I don't think I was that good in baseball. So my mom was like, let's try something else. So track just came along. And my mom and my dad, they both hurdle, so back in the day, so they think that they had all the good advice to give me. But I don't think that worked out because I didn't hurdle. But I think like some of the successes. So coming out of high school, I was back-to-back state championship in high jump. And then my third, I did triple jump. I did it my junior year, but I didn't do that good. So it's coming back senior year, I was having something to prove, I guess. So I ended up winning that. But then I went on to go to Pitt State my first year in college. I did high jump and triple jump at Pitt State. I won the MIAA conference champ for indoor for high jump, and then going into our outdoor season, because that was indoor season. So going into the outdoor season, that's when COVID hit. That's when 2020 COVID. That's kind of the time where everybody was back at home, not doing nothing. So that's really when I started getting locked in with the Lightning Gang for real. Just having to tap in on what we was doing at home, because I was losing my mind doing schoolwork all day, literally from wake up 8 a.m. doing graphic design classes for 2 hours, having to go to a communication class for an hour, and then just having nothing to do because I've been in the house all day and I can't leave. I'm like calling the bros like,
that's what we really perfected the craft. Just talking every day, just had nothing else to do but to focus on the creative side of things.
Thanks. Like, cause they took track away from me, so I'm like, what else can I do?
So do you feel like, both of you, this question, as far as like your career and things that you want to do, you more so like focused on the Olympics and kind of getting to that destination, you more so on the side of kind of helping him, well, not necessarily helping, but helping athletes get to that point and balancing your brand. How do you see that, like, being incorporated in your brand, like just the different things that you guys do, being you guys said you have 13 people in the group? How do you want to like implement or recognize everybody in the group for the different things that they contribute?
I think that's one of the things that we kind of focus on most now, especially with the NIL stuff going on, is how can we do what the plan was coming out of high school. Because coming out of high school, the plan was to just make a name for everybody in the group. And I think we did. I think it might have been not as quick as we wanted it to be, but it's getting to that point now. And everybody, like you seen last night, John Eldridge is that man. John Eldridge is that man. So he's definitely making a name for not only KC, but the Lightning Gang and himself, for real, is just putting himself on and doing what he got to do, because that's what we do in the Lightning Gang.
Yeah.
What about you?
So, what was the question?
So basically, like, how do y'all want to implement the things that y'all do personally into Lightning Gang?
So on my side of things, like, since I do shoes and things, I'm more so like able to push out our clothing brand. So like that's where I come into things, since like I am not on the athlete side of things. So when more so that, I just want to help push our brand to, because from shoes I travel to different like sneaker events, and so like I'm touching different communities and like seeing how easy it is to push merch out. So like if I could push our athletes and push our brand, it's the easiest thing to do right now, since like I'm already trying to take over the world with shoes.
So leads me to another question, how did you get so connected to shoes?
So I've always like grown up a sneakerhead. I've always been in love with basketball, so like I fell in love with Jordan. So like I've always been around shoes, loved the sneaker game, and always fell in love with making money. So if I could do two things that I love, it was a no-brainer for me.
Okay. Sorry, I was just thinking about the your infamous hoop shoes back in the day.
What you talking about, the Wolf Grade? Yeah. Hey, if anybody know me, I was a hooper, and I definitely had on them Wolf Grade 5s, and I was hooping. Everybody, ask about me.
Nah, he was going to work in the
Hey,
5s.
ask about me.
Not ask. Okay, so, oh shoot, I don't know what happened. Oh, you opened that thing. My next question is, what does Lightning Gang look like 10 years from now? We 22, we should be 32. What does this look like still? 10 years, or I'm gonna say 5 years. 10 years might be too far ahead, but what does this look like for everybody?
We're gonna be the biggest.
I think the plan right now, because I'm still writing down a whole bunch of business ventures and business plans, I think, but really the biggest plan for TOG is to always give back to the young athletes, for real, especially coming locally, is to just give them a platform to where if they not a 5-4 star, that their name can still be out there and still get known as one of the biggest athletes, and especially like potential wise, because we were no scums. We were definitely the ones.
Yeah.
But I think just giving back to the young athletes, giving them like that sense of personality of being that dominant athlete, and outside of being that dominant athlete, just a very genuine person who has that more than the athlete mindset, for real, for real.
Yeah, the drive and like showing the perseverance it takes to be a student athlete, but also building something else for yourself because you're more than an athlete. So like really pushing that for the youth and like figuring it out like before things are there. So just trying to show them plan is better than just going through life, and basically that.
Yeah, I think growing up, we always had that thought of like, yeah, I want to make it to the league, but you can't do the league till you die. So what are you doing after the league?
Yeah, the ball stops bouncing eventually. Football stops throwing, everything.
Exactly. So I think that's the biggest thing for us that we focused on, and then so 10 years from now, I think we'll be helping those young individuals focus on that.
Yeah.
And giving them that platform to not only tell them that they can do, but show them that they can do it, and actually put it in their face to where they can do it for real.
Yeah.
So you say y'all have 13 people in this group. So how do y'all keep up with all 13 people? Like, how does that work? Because that's a lot of damn people.
It is a lot of people.
Especially for a group and a brand.
Yeah, especially it's just I think we all do a pretty good job for real. I think we do a good job, especially having that big number for communication purposes for real. But I think we have like a base group that talks more than the mass group. But I think we do a pretty good job of communicating. What you say?
Yeah, we always checking in, group FaceTime. It's so easy to.
Yeah.
We all around the world, but it's easy to check in for real.
Yeah, it's just. I just called Christian the other day trying to tap in for the game for Memphis versus Mizzou, and I was just bouncing off ideas with him, just talking about what he wants and what he wants to see as far as the brand goes. So it's really not that hard to just everybody's one phone call away, one Snapchat, one DM away, to where we can always access them.
Well, when's the last time y'all all have been in the same place? Or has that happened? Has that happened?
I don't think it's ever happened.
Would y'all have like
We had a group picnic, I think.
But not everybody was there.
For real?
Nas wasn't there.
Dang.
I would say, have you ever thought about like, so y'all know who Jelly Fam is, right?
Yeah.
Like, y'all ever thought about doing like a lightning gang day? Like they got like Jelly Day. I think it's like August 4th. It's like a hoop thing because Jelly Fam was a hoop thing, but just like a lightning day. Like you ain't never think about that, like
We
just come together type thing.
We did used to throw like little like field days where we used to have like hooping sessions, like kickball, like just like where people just came out and like just had fun.
Yeah.
So
We tried to do that. I think it was like 2 or was it 3 years? Like during the summer?
yeah, I believe it was like COVID year.
Cause the first year we threw that party,
Yeah.
crazy work,
Crazy. Was you there?
did numbers.
Did
You was
you
at
get
the
to
party?
attend? Nah, you wasn't there.
I'm
wasn't
not
at
a
the
party
COVID.
person.
Yeah.
The lightning COVID party. Oh my goodness.
That sounds
Hey, if
crazy.
you know, you know.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
But I think the year after that, we tried to throw like more of like a kickback type vibe. Everybody come out and just show good love, show good vibes. And then I think the same thing happened the year after that. But yeah, I think that's the thing we try to do is just create a good vibe, probably like a good picnic vibe or something like that, to where everybody could come out and just have a good time together.
Good
Okay.
vibes.
So you say you have, well, I'm going back to number 13 people. What ratio of that is women? Because women's sports is kind of making this takeoff with like Angel Reese, NIL deals. The girls are going up.
Hey.
And Richardson running, like the women are just
Shout
kind of
out
taking off a
Cuzzo.
little bit.
Because of that. Yeah.
But we only got 2 women. But that's just because we got I think those are like the closest females in the group for real. Michaela, shout out Michaela, shout out Taya. Those are the two women that we feel are like-minded. First of all, because it's not always the easiest thing to do to get a female's perspective and a male's perspective to come to one. But I think growing up, we've always had them around to where, and that's Billy's cousin, so it's like it was kind of
no brainer.
Yeah, no brainer for real to throw her in the group, and she's just
an amazing track athlete.
An amazing track athlete. Like what she's doing on the track right now is just numbers for real.
Yeah.
Do they both run track?
And Michaela also is a formal track athlete. She used to did numbers in the Big 12. Look her up, Michaela DeShazer.
Yeah, I'll grab it.
She did numbers.
Okay, so my next question is, as I asked y'all the question like 5 years later, would y'all be like potentially add like younger athletes, like a smaller Lightning gang? Would that be a thing? Like that just want to kind of come under the umbrella?
Yeah, I think we tried to. I think that's one thing we tried to implement with Dante at first, with him being the youngest athlete in TLG, but it really just became Dante a part of the group for real, because he with it just as much as we are. Yeah. I've been in like too many training sessions where Dante was pushing me, so it's like he just a part of us. But as far as like a younger generation in TLG, most definitely, because that's probably what we're gonna be doing moving forward, is just continuing the TLG brand. So for those younger athletes who are coming up 5 to 10 years after us, I think it's no question that we do something for them.
So what would that look like? Would y'all just call it a different name and they still be TLG, or be like next generation TLG type thing? What you think? You don't know?
Yeah. Next year.
The young lightnings.
Young lightning.
The bolts.
Yeah, the bolts. The little bolts.
Yeah.
So you said you graduate in December, and then
I'm in December.
You graduate in December too. So after that, what do you like? Well, you said like you want to be in Lightning Gang in the Olympics and everything, but do you like to picture yourself still staying in Kansas City? Well, I know y'all say I want to get out here, but like, where would y'all go to kind of help build your brand more?
I think immediately after college, I'm gonna go just venture out and see what location I think will be more helpful to me as a person. Being a black male in America is very hard. So I think just finding a place where I can be myself, be creative, and just live out my day-to-day with finding that success. Which location will help me with that best? And then 2, I'm really big on family. So if my family's not there, I find that might be hard, but I don't know. I don't really have a set destination for real. I really don't have a set destination.
Do you don't know?
No, not really, because like after I graduate, I'm gonna be applying for grad school, so it's really kind of just going through that process and kind of just weighing the pros and cons of different schools and just
figure out the next move.
Yeah,
schools too, because you don't want to stay at Mizzou, huh?
Yeah, if Mizzou throwing that bread,
hey,
hey. MIZ.
Where the money resides.
I was trying to tell
you. Hey, grad school is a crazy process, so going through that is just different. So I feel like wherever that journey takes me, it'll take me with what you said, living after school. Yeah, and then wherever like I do end up, it's just building that different base in the different community. Of course, because I'll be working in the physical therapy field, so I will also be working with athletes like through that, and just seeing how we can help the youth and how it can be better for real.
My next. Go
my
ahead.
fault, not to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Would you go to a HBCU?
Yeah. That's where I would like to, cause I've been at a PWI my 4 years.
That's enough.
Yeah, for sure.
Be enough.
Yeah, so I would really like to be around my people and just have that different experience on the health side, because I feel like Black physical therapists are rare in my field, so I like to do that and be around my people while doing it. How about you? Are you done after December?
I'm still doing my bid at K-State, so.
Okay. So you finish out after December, and then are you done?
Track season don't start till second semester.
Yeah, but I'm saying after this year, are you finished, or are you gonna? Because don't you have a COVID year?
No, this is my last year.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So like right after I graduate, we'll be starting that second.
Yeah.
We'll see, man.
Okay, my next question is, with y'all starting a brand so young, are there some pros and cons or some trial and errors that you went through that you can let young people know that may be watching this younger than y'all, that like you wish you would have knew talking to your younger self that may help them?
Stop listening to people who ain't got that dream.
Yeah.
If they still working, not gonna say a 9 to 5. If you can see that their dreams are not what they do from a day to day, take advice from them, but take it with a grain of salt, because they're always gonna have that mindset of you gotta have a plan B, you gotta have a plan C. When really and truly, like, this is the plan A right now. School, what we doing, that's the plan A. So anything after that, that's another thought, but right now the plan A is the plan A.
Yeah, and so like you said, but it's really just what's my train of thought? It's crazy.
And I say that because in this brand we've had
A lot of people try to give us advice of what we should do
And shouldn't.
and shouldn't do.
Yeah.
But really, it was up to us to make that final decision on, one, what we want and what's good for the community. So we took every idea that we thought of, brainstormed together, and first we was like, what does this mean to us, and how can we promote this as a TLG brand? And then we think about the community and what it's gonna look like and what other people will think. But that's not the first step. Yeah, that's not the priority of what we doing.
Gotcha. So I remember what I was gonna say. I was gonna basically just say, like, to give like advice, just focusing on your own craft and like not worry about what other people are doing, because whenever you worry about other things, you taking away from your craft that you can be perfecting. And once you put your head down and grind, it's something that comes out of that is just so. That thing is crazy.
Hey, these mics are.
It picks up everything.
Yeah. And then, yeah. So if you stick it out and just what's on the other side of it is so grateful that the work of your fruitions pay off. And looking back at it is something to be thankful for.
Cause I know you be looking back at some of the shoes that you bought in like resale, and at first it was like be reflecting like, dang, bro. Like when I started, I was just on these, but now I'm on full size run. Come on now.
It's crazy. Like looking back at it is like, dang, we done came so far, and like figuring out different ways to do it is crazy, because it's always a new. Like you said, on my side, it's always a new reseller, so being able to have the longevity of it is a different aspect of it, and putting your head down and figuring it out is so hard to do, but you stick it out, it's a beautiful thing on the side, and the beautiful thing for me is full size rooms, like you said.
Hey, I think I learned that that mindset just off athletics for real.
Yeah, and that's where it came for me too.
Speaking of athletics, what's your like journey in being a college athlete? I know you was at Pitt State first, and then you transferred. How was that decision for you, and what was your experience that made you want to transfer, or that you came to that decision? Like, what were the steps of you wanting to transfer?
I think going into Pitt State, I kind of knew where my talent level was as far as MIAA, and then being on the D2 stage. I knew I was always going to be one of the top athletes coming in as a freshman, and I grew up being like playing up and always being kind of like not the like just a little guy. So I think being in a D2 environment was kind of just not where I was comfortable for real. I kind of had I wasn't really pushing myself as much. So right when COVID hit, I was like, this is my time where I got to make a decision to where this is, if I want to just be comfortable and winning a lot, or do I want to go to a Power 5 and just grind for my wins. And that was the no-brainer for me, just grinding for what I felt was as best for me, for real. So right after I committed, I didn't even know where like K-State was, Manhattan. I had no idea where Manhattan was, but I did my research, and K-State was high jump U. So I ain't really had to think too much about it. They called my mom, they talked, I got on the phone with Coach Revelto, Coach Garrett, and they was just like, this where you need to be if you trying to be an Olympic high jumper. And that was the only word, that was the only sentence that I needed.
So how has it been, that transition from a D2 to a Power 5 Division 1? That's a big jump. How did you adjust, and what adjustments did you, like, what growing pains did you experience?
One, I had to leave my one of my best friends, Christian. He was my roommate, so I had to leave him. That was pretty hard, but he at Memphis now living his life, so shout out to him. But I think one of the biggest things that I had to get comfortable with was just being on my own. Because like I said, I was with Christian every day. I'm with people from KC, because KC and Pitt not that far. They're like an hour apart. And Manhattan, Kansas is 2 hours away, so it's not really too many people. I think I knew probably like maybe a few. No, I'm lying. It was a few dudes on the football team, but I didn't know them, like know them. So just getting to a new environment where I don't really know anybody and still having that grind mindset. So I think that's where I developed the mindset of just self-motivation is the best motivation, because I was just by myself for real. I was in a studio apartment. I ain't have no roommates. I wasn't in a dorm. And nobody knew me on the track team. Like, I came in from a D2. They like, we don't know this guy. It was like, we don't know what he's bringing to the team, but I had to prove myself. So I was just head down grind.
So were people open to you when you came on track, or did you like have some issues of them downplaying you, like you kind of said a little bit?
I think they were open once they knew that I wasn't nothing to be played with. Like like going in, I'm a quiet guy, but I think once they got to know me and seeing that I was a serious athlete, and then on the back end, we can have fun. Like, I'm all for having fun after track once you do what you got to do. And I think that was the biggest thing. Like, they was like, all right, he liked that on the track, but at the same time, he'll kick it too.
So what about you? What made you come to your decision of like not playing sports anymore?
So I kind of realized like I'm not going to the league with my size, and I was at a small NAIA school, and I was more so worried about my journey after school. So when COVID hit, I kind of like did some self-reflection and kind of realized like football is not forever. So like if I'm not doing it for a forever thing, it's kind of time to like focus on other things that I could spend time, because football and being a student athlete is a big commitment and it takes a lot of your time, as y'all know. So like,
yes.
you really don't have time to perfect other things when you're doing it, but Devin's doing an amazing job of doing all three. But I just felt if I'm not doing it as in for everything, it's time to focus on other things and perfect other things.
So my next question is, as far as, what am I trying to think? I forgot what I was about to ask.
Hey, we going crazy right now. I ain't gonna lie.
I had a question, but I lost it. What would be your advice to give college athletes about mental health? People that I came on, like I had one of my trainers come on, he talked about mental health and his balance of being that trainer. So he's kind of in between the athlete and the coach of being a trainer. But how is it as an athlete? How important is it for you to keep your mental health, being that that's one of the hot topics of today, especially in athletes in general?
I think mental health is definitely one of the biggest things in being a student athlete. Is in that title, student comes first. And as we all know, those tests and those quizzes and those homework assignments can definitely add up.
And having the stresses of school, and then literally 5-10 minutes after, you have to worry about the stresses of practice and what your coach expects of you as soon as you walk into the track or that field or that court or whatever space that you in as an athlete. That also just gets added on. So I think mental health, we were talking before the podcast, and I was talking about whether I think the therapist thing is a big thing, and I think once you find that person, or that, because not even a person, you could be just meditation for I think I use meditation as one of the biggest.
I would say I journal.
Yeah, journals too.
I have a therapist, so yeah. But we was talking about that before, about therapy, but also relating, it's not a lot of black men therapists, and so it's kind of hard for y'all to go talk to a white woman or a white man, or even a black woman, because I'm a black woman and I know we both black, but you're a man and I'm a woman. We think differently. Women think more emotionally and men think more logically. So your perspective still differs from mine. So I feel like it's important that we do get black therapists, but as well as having people you can relate to. Even a Hispanic man or Hispanic woman is gonna be hard for them to relate to you.
Yeah, if I had because I have an individual at K-State, Andre Bean. He is one of the best individuals on campus, just all around. If he need anything, he'll come. So I'll usually go into him as my therapist, but as a sports therapist, I just don't feel like all the time we can connect to them to the best of our ability. Do you feel like if you have a black male,
yeah, you would be able to connect with them?
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, and that's what kind of why I want to be a black physical therapist, is to be that thing for young black athletes, as we see, but just somebody that they can call on. Whenever you injured, your mental health is all over the place. Battling to, am I going to be able to make it through this injury while also sustaining my greatness on the field, or greatness in your area. So with going back to that, it's hard in times like that, and being a black physical therapist would help the youth and help athletes in that area.
Yeah, and then I also would say I know people that at my school at football, they in Kansas City, they family, and on the East Coast something.
All across the country.
And niggas they family member got gunned down and shot. You can't tell no white woman, they don't understand. They don't know okay, my cousin just got shot and killed, I'm angry. She's oh my God, he got shot. They don't know, because they're not used to that trauma.
No, yeah.
Black, it's traumatic experiences that we have normalized, people getting shot and killed, or your homie getting shot, because you chose to play football, but he was your homie since you was little kids. You chose to play football, but he chose the streets. You still love him. You still have the connection to him, but he just got killed. So you feeling some type of way. You don't know how to react. You don't know how to process your emotions, and she don't know how to process your emotions either because she never had that experience.
And while thinking about that, I got a meeting in 30 minutes.
I got a football meeting.
I can't stop my life because football or your athlete point of view goes on. It's like you don't really have time to sit in those emotions.
I'm not thinking nothing about about this meeting right now.
I'm not thinking about nothing because my homie back home and this and they retaliating against each other, or just I'm at home and my mom's in a domestic violence situation and I'm here trying to get her out the situation, but she's still in the situation.
Right.
But they don't understand that as white people. Because it's just like different traumas that we, like generational curses, which I was talking about that with my mom. The black generational curses that we have, white people don't understand. The circle and the life of like the trauma and the experience that we have, generational curses that we don't even know. And it's like, white people don't understand that.
Yeah.
Financial's a big one. Because I think I ran into a few situations where I couldn't even focus what I had going on in track or in my sport because I'm trying to figure out money wise what my family about to build up on. Like I'm trying to think about stuff like that, but I know nobody, like my coach for instance, I know he not really concerned about that.
Yeah.
So it was just having that person to connect with on that aspect. I think that's super important for all black athletes, black student athletes.
I feel like that, especially the bigger universities, being that most of their athletes are black, should try to go out and get those black male figures, black woman figures, because at the same time, in order for y'all to perform at a high level, it's like, okay, I gotta have somebody to talk to. And talking to yourself don't always work, because sometimes you just need somebody to just give you an unbiased opinion, or sometimes you just want somebody just to listen. Like, that's also some things that people feel like they should just, like, even your parents, sometimes, like, you tell them stuff, they want to automatically give you a solution. It's like, I don't want a solution, I just want to tell you what's going on type thing. Like, I don't want you to tell me, like, I'm mad about this, but I don't want you to tell me how I should react. I just want you to listen to me to complain sometimes. Like,
like
for real.
If my grandpa was a therapist, he would be the best therapist. Because he just listened. Like, how old is your therapist?
I think she's like maybe late 40s.
And that's a pretty good age, because you don't feel like she's too old to where she won't really connect, but she's not your age to where it's kind of like y'all thoughts will kind of like fight against each other.
And then also the response of, like, I see like white people respond differently. Like, if you tell a white person, my friend just got shot and I want to go kill somebody, they want you. No, just don't do that. They don't understand that. They're like, why do you want to go kill someone and somebody else just died? And you got to explain that to them, and you don't even want to explain it, so then you stop talking.
Explaining it just make you more like,
and it's just like, dang. I've been thinking about that too. Like, just, I don't know.
Yeah, I think I've actually had this situation happen before. I think it was 2 years ago, where I had my cousin had got shot down there in Louisiana, but I had to go to like an academic advisor meeting. I was not in tune for nothing we was talking about, but she took that time to try to like get that out of me. And shout out to Grace, because she was probably like one of the white ladies that I do feel like I connected with the most. But she's not my she's not my therapist. She's my academic advisor. So
and
you have those people that can step up in that position, but you also have those people who can't step up in that position, who really, when you tell them that news, it's like they low-key leave you out to dry, because I just told you that. I tried to open up to you, hoping that you had the feeling or whatever to help me in my situation, but I just opened up and now you can't.
So you feel like I just opened up for no reason type thing. Like, have you ever had that experience too? You opened up to somebody and they don't even hear where you're coming from. Or I had that experience of, I was the only black girl on my basketball team, so I didn't relate to them in no kind of way. But like some sorts of, like, even racism, white people think if you're not blatantly saying nigger, they don't think it's racist, and it's like that's not how that works,
Yeah.
fam. Like even me walking past you and you locking your car doors, that's
like clutching your purse. And stuff like that.
that's another form.
Microaggressions.
But they think because they not calling you a nigga, they not racist.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you are.
Stop racism, man.
That'd be another thing too, especially with these PWIs in sports. Sometimes I feel like they just use the black athlete for what they can get out of you, but they don't really care about your grades or like how you like doing. No
It's
kind
so
of way.
out
That'd
in
be
the
crazy.
open. They don't even try to hide it at this point no more. They don't even try to hide. Especially they like, we giving you money.
Yeah.
So
like,
now what?
Be happy. Like,
Don't say nothing else.
Have you had like an experience? Can you tell us the experience that you had that you was like, man, hell no.
I probably had a few that I didn't even peep for real, but one specifically, I think I've had a few where it was like that person probably would have handled the situation better if I was white, or it probably would have went more in my favor if I was white. I probably didn't had a few like that, for sure. Like especially at them football games, all them, they be drunk from the tailgate and they don't know what they saying. It get crazy. It get crazy at a PWI. I done seen some wild stuff.
Yeah, especially at football games when alcohol is involved.
Bro.
And then there's no accountability on campus. So like,
don't let Obama sing. Don't let Obama come on. They saying that part.
Yeah.
They saying that part.
I would say, what about you at Mizzou? I know, like, in the news, Mizzou is very racist.
Very racist.
And they be having some sexual assault, crazy stuff going on, too. Are there some experiences that you've had while at Mizzou that was like, damn?
So not me personally, but I've always heard about it, like being in the black Mizzou community. But not me personally, because like I really just head down, I really be out the way. And I feel like I don't know. I'm more of an intimidating figure, so I feel like they know.
They gonna come correct looking at Bill.
No, for real. Like I'm quick to check people when they walk across the sidewalks and just don't move out the way, and they act like they don't see you on campus. It's like really rude, but I'm the one I got broad shoulders, so like you gonna bump into me, and like you gonna have to acknowledge me. So yeah.
Move.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, it'd be crazy. PWIs is crazy.
Yeah.
Especially being a black person. It's literally like, what was that show? Dang, I forgot that show. But it just I had a lot of experiences too. Even with my teammates. Like, bro, no, you can't touch my hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I feel like I experienced that when I was at my school up in northern Iowa. Like,
oh my god.
Country white boys just don't understand because they ain't never had black people, like, their classes was full of all whites. So
yeah,
like,
them Iowa people be racist for real.
Definitely.
I think that's probably when you ask like something that you came encounter with. I think the hair thing is probably the most thing that I come encounter with.
Or they be like surprised, like white people be surprised when you have stuff. Like, I know when I first transferred in, they had the perspective I was like this poor black girl that needed help. No.
Yeah.
So then when I start coming in, they're like, oh my god, you have a different pair of shoes on every day.
Yeah, literally.
It's like
they start acknowledging, like, whenever, like for me, like I travel, so like whenever they see me like going places, they're like, what do you do? Like it's so fascinating to them, like that black people come from stuff and like
they think you big meat.
Man,
yes.
They see you
literally.
Like, what do you mean not having a different pair of shoes every day? Or, oh my god, I've never seen you wear the same outfit.
Right, like I can have the same nice things that you can, and more.
They got dirty forces.
Man, literally.
No shade.
Nah, all shade. They need a new pair of coats.
Well, we've talked for a long time, y'all.
Yeah.
But we got a lot of important information about their brand, which y'all need to hit that link in the bio. It's gonna be there.
Yeah,
and
man,
support. We're gonna put Billy's information about some shoes if you need some fresh kicks.
Get connected.
Get connected
Go
with
to
Bill.
Instagram, connected KC.
Or say if y'all have nothing else y'all want to implement or talk about, like y'all want to let the viewers know, like something you got coming up, something you doing that you want to be on the lookout for, anything.
Tap in. Right now it is 1:55, and today is Saturday. What is it?
The 23rd.
Yeah, the 23rd. We got Colorado versus Oregon coming up.
Okay.
We got a TLG member, Dante Manning, cornerback. He's going to play great today against Coach Prime and Shador. We're going to get a pick today. The Shador way.
Shador way.
It sounds like you going for the Buffs.
Hey, no, we're going with the 8. Lightning gang all the way.
I'm going for Tate. You know how I get.
You know I get.
Shout
Family
out.
over everything.
Come on now.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for tuning into the BMS podcast. We'll be back with more episodes and more information and different things. And we appreciate y'all for watching. And make sure you stay connected and stay vehement and passionately about the things you love. Thank y'all. Have a good day.
Did
Peace.
you tell them to like, comment, and subscribe?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I gotta like, comment, and subscribe on the video, and I'm not playing.
At all.
What Dev said. We appreciate y'all and thank you.